Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be making some smoky and spicy Pico De Gallo sausages. Stay tuned. All right, let's get our knives ready. Start cutting up this brisket and these pork butts that I've got. All right, so for this cook, I'm using my boning knife to take the bones out of the pork shoulders and also my chef's knife to cut everything up. All right, let's get started on this Pico De Gallo sausage recipe. I am starting with a 7-pound Wagyu brisket and 20 pounds of pork shoulder. Now, I haven't weighed them myself because I still need to take the bone out of these pork shoulders, okay? Both these pork shoulders have a bone. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the bones out, cut these up into small cubes. We're gonna come back and weigh it, and then we'll get our measurements for our spices. Stay tuned. All right, I've got the meat cut up and I've got my meat scale set up right here. So I've got my lug, and the lug weighs 2.7 pounds. So my meat scale says that we've got 27, let's just call that 27 pounds, minus the 2.7, which is what the lug weighs. We're at 24.3 pounds of meat. So now that I know this, I can build my recipe for my Pico De Gallo sausages. Let me put that together. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, let's go over the ingredients for my Pico De Gallo sausages. Again, we're starting with 24.3 pounds of meat, which is 60% pork, 40% beef. Now this was a Wagyu brisket flat, so that's gonna be delicious. So we got 143 grams of salt, 55 grams of black pepper, 40 grams of onion powder, 40 grams of paprika, 14 grams of oregano, 40 grams of garlic powder, 20 grams of cumin, 15 grams of hot chili powder. Now, if you can't find a hot chili powder, a chile de árbol works fine. 27.58 grams of speed cure, which is your pink salt. I'm also going to be adding 2.5 pounds of jalapenos, 2 pounds of tomatoes, and 2 pounds of yellow onions. All right, so we're going to finely chop the tomatoes and yellow onions. The jalapenos, I'm just going to pass them through the grinder. That's going to cut them up really nice and fine. And that's exactly what Pico De Gallo is. Pico De Gallo in Spanish means it's the tip of a rooster's beak, which means you just need to chop everything up really nice and fine to make it look like the tip of a rooster's beak. So really nice and fine. And I'm also going to be adding 2 bunches of cilantro. Now, when I do cut my cilantro, I'm taking these stems off, most of the stems. The rest of it, I'm going to chop it up. This weighs about 80 grams, just in case you guys are wondering, and I'm using 2 of these bunches. All right, let me grab the meat from the fridge. We're going to throw the ingredients in there and grind it up. Stay tuned. All right, so I've got the meat right here, nice and cold. I'm just going to throw all the ingredients in here. All right, I'm gonna mix this up real quick, set up my grinder, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so I've got my grinder set up and I am using the 4.5 millimeter die. I'm just gonna pass the meat through that once, and I'm occasionally gonna drop in a jalapeno and get that all chopped up as well. So here we go. Drop in a couple jalapenos and some more meat. Make sure you keep your grinding equipment in the freezer for a couple of hours before you grind your meat. That way everything stays nice and cold. All right, so I've got the meat all ground up. Now here's a little pro tip for you guys. Now most of the time when you make sausage, you're gonna get some meat that gets stuck in here that doesn't get ground up. What I like to do is throw some ice cubes down in here. Just a handful of ice cubes. And turn on your grinder and watch it come out. See all that extra meat come out? And there we go. Now all this ice is just going to add a little bit of moisture to your sausage mixture, which is perfectly fine. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna add my tomatoes, my onions, and my chopped cilantro. Throw it all in there. Beautiful colors. Now, Pico De Gallo usually has some lime as well, but if you add lime to your sausage, it's gonna get a really weird kind of mouthfeel, and you don't want that. So we're not gonna be adding any lime. Trust me, this is enough flavor. So I'm just gonna mix this up by hand. I really don't feel like setting up my big mixer. Look at these fantastic colors. The aroma that's coming from this sausage mixture is absolutely savage. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that your tomatoes and your onions all have a ton of water. So this feels really good, but it can use a little bit of water. Plus we added the ice cubes earlier. So I'm just gonna add probably half a cup of water. And this is feeling really good. All right, so I've been mixing this for a good 5 minutes. It's getting really nice and sticky. So I've got some really good protein extraction. So let's test it out here. Just grab some and smear it on your glove. That's exactly what you want, okay? So I'm gonna grab some of this mixture, fry up a patty, make sure we got good flavor, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, I got the sausage patty fried up. Let's give it a taste. Make sure we got some good seasonings on here. And don't judge my plate. My daughter made me this. Check it out, beautiful plate. Ooh, it's still really hot. All right, got some cilantro, some jalapeno, some onion and tomato. Ooh, I'm gonna burn my mouth, but here we go. You know, I feel that it could use a little bit more salt and maybe a little bit more black pepper, but let me give it another try. Here we go. All right, so that salt is actually pretty good. I'm really picking up some nice heat at the end here. This sausage is gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna set up my stuffer and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, I got my stuffing canister right here. Just gonna grab my sausage mixture and stuff it in there really nice and tight. Make sure you take out all the air pockets. Man, this sausage mixture smells so good. I can't wait to put some smoke on these sausages and give them a taste. All right, that looks good right there. Gonna put our horn on and our collar. Gonna lower that piston just a little bit. We want to get that sausage mixture to the tip of the horn. Got a nice tomato right there. Okay, back up the handle. All right, so one new thing that I'm going to try is I'm going to spray some avocado oil just a little bit on this horn. That way the casing slides a little bit easier, because I've noticed that they've been getting stuck here recently. So I'm just going to spray a little bit, just like that. So you can get these casings from PS Seasonings. Make sure you guys check out the description box for a lot of the items that I use in this video. So all you want to do is find the end of your casing and stick 2 fingers in there. And these casings have been resting in this water for about 30 minutes now. Pass a little bit of water through there. It's going to rinse off the casing on the inside and also make it easier to put your casing on the horn. See if that avocado oil works. Oh yeah, look at that. It is sliding really nice. Just another little pro tip. Use some of that avocado spray, or any spray really. All right, we're gonna tie a knot at the end of this casing right here. It's slippery. All right, that looks good. Gonna add some ice cold water with some ice cubes. That way everything stays nice and cold. And one thing about making sausages is that you really got to keep your entire area clean. So clean as you go and clean often, okay? All right, let's stuff these casings. Oh yeah, look at that nice color. You can see the onions, the cilantro, and the tomatoes in there. This sausage is gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna stuff these casings up and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so I've got all of the casings stuffed up. Now it's time to twist them, and there's multiple ways to do this, okay? But this is the way that I found it easiest. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of ice cold water to my tray. That way the sausage slides really nice and easy. So I've got this tray right here and it's measured 6.5 inches. So I take my sausage roll and measure out 6.5 inches, and then I pinch right at the 6.5 inch mark, measure another 6.5 inches and pinch right here. And when I'm pinching, what I'm doing is moving the meat aside, allowing me to twist just the casing, okay? So I like to twirl, just like this. And you wanna keep twirling until your casing is nice and tight, like you see it there. That's gonna give you a nice plump sausage, okay? Now there's multiple ways to twist a sausage. You can measure out 6.5 inches and twist the sausage in one direction, measure another 6.5 inches, and then twist in the opposite direction. That's too much work for me. I just like to measure and twirl, okay? Nice girthy little sausages right there. 6.5 inches. 6.5 inches. And if I feel that the sausage is too thin, I will pinch a little bit more meat towards the sausage length that I'm twirling, okay? So once I get to this point, just twirl it. Just like that. All right, I'm gonna get all these sausages twisted up. I'm gonna let them rest in my fridge overnight. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna fire up my Yoda Frontiersman, and we're gonna put some smoke on these sausages. Stay tuned. All right, so it's the very next day, and these sausages rested in my fridge for a total of 14 hours. The surface is really nice and dry. So a couple of hours ago, I just took my kitchen shears and separated the links right where the twists were when we were twisting them last night, and I've got them all separated and stacked nice and neat on these trays. So again, they rested 14 hours in my fridge. I do have my Frontiersman running at 140 degrees. I'll see you guys outside. All right, so we're outside of my Yoda Frontiersman, and I do have it running at 140 degrees. So let's put in our sausages. So I'm gonna place the sausages on both top racks and just spread them out nice and even. Make sure they don't touch. That way you get smoke around the entire sausage length. So one thing that I did to the grates is I brushed them off. Get your smoker really nice and hot, brush it off, and then I take a white towel, which are these universal terry cloths, I guess you want to call them, and wet it and just wipe down the entire grate until it's nice and clean. That way when your sausages are smoked, you're not really having to wipe them down a whole lot. They're nice and clean. All right, so I've got this side completely filled up. Just gonna slide the shelf in and shut that door down. Let's get the other side done. All right, so I've got both sides of my smoker loaded up with sausage. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the doors down. Again, we're running at 140 degrees. And just in case you guys are wondering how I run my smoker at 140 degrees, I'll show you guys that as soon as I shut these doors. All right, so here's a trick to running your smoker at such a low temperature. I do have a log splitter right here, and I split my splits into really small pieces like this one right here. So I'm gonna use about one of these every 40 minutes or so, and that's enough to keep the sausages or my smoker running at 140 degrees. Now, before I do that, I do lay a nice layer of Jealous Devil charcoal. I ignite that. Once that's nice and hot, I just lay the small split on top of the coals, and that's enough to run my smoker at 140 degrees. Let's say that I want 170 degrees, then I just cut my split a little bit larger, okay? But for now, I'm gonna run my smoker at 140 degrees for a couple of hours. I'll bring you guys back at that point. All right, so it's been 2 hours since we first put our sausages on. Let's take a look at the color of these sausages. Oh man, they're already starting to develop a nice red color. We are using post oak for this cook, and the temperatures have been running between 140 and 150 degrees. Obviously, when you put a split of wood in your firebox, the temperature does get up to about 150, then it comes back down to about 140. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and ramp up the temperature to 175 degrees on my smoker. I'm looking for a final internal temperature of 155 degrees. Once it reaches that, I'm gonna throw these sausages in the ice bath, and I'll bring you guys right back. Stay tuned. All right, so these sausages have been smoking for 4 hours, and the internal temperature just hit 155 degrees. Look at these bad boys. Let's take a look at them here. Oh yeah. Notice since I cleaned my grates, it's not really black on the bottom of the sausage, which is perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw these in the ice bath that I have right here. Let them cool down. So once they cool down, I'm gonna grab about 6 of these, crank my smoker up to 275 degrees, and cook some up, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so these sausages are ready, and the total cook time was only about 30 minutes, even after they've been chilled down in the ice. And take a look at these bad boys right here. Look at that color, nice and plump. You can see the cilantro right through the casing, the tomato, and some of the onions as well. These are gonna be delicious. Let me set these up for a thumbnail, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, let's slice into these Pico De Gallo sausages. By the way, I do have some lime as some garnish because Pico De Gallo does take some lime, so I might squeeze some of that lime on top of the sausage. So I'm gonna cut this long ways so we can take a look at the inside of the sausage. Oh my goodness, nice and juicy. All right, let's see how we did. Look at that. Got the tomatoes, the cilantro, we even have an onion poking out of there. Man, look at that juice. Nice and juicy sausages. Look at that. All right, let's give them a try and see how we did. All right, let's give these Pico De Gallo sausages a try. I'm just gonna jump right in and check the snappiness of the sausage and be a savage and take a monster bite. Here we go. This sausage right here is amazing, so full of flavor. You know, the onions are al dente, the tomatoes are nice and sweet, the jalapenos have a little bit of spice, you can taste the cilantro. This is fantastic. I'm gonna make myself a taco. So this time I'm using a corn tortilla. Just gonna grab one of these sausages like that. Since this is a Pico De Gallo sausage, I'm gonna take a little bit of lime, squeeze that over the top of the sausage to complete our Pico De Gallo. Oh yes, this is gonna be good. Here we go. This is so darn good. You know what, that lime really adds character to this Pico De Gallo sausage. I'm gonna add a bunch. Right, so that sausage is super delicious. It automatically moves up to the top 3 sausages that I've ever made. So full of flavor, just the right amount of spice. This is really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this Pico De Gallo sausage video. If this is your first time here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe Spit Barbecue. See ya.